Hi, this is Ron Janish, going to tell you about some really cool things you can do to protect yourself from the COVID-19, the coronavirus, and make life a lot more pleasant for you. This is a picture, by the way, of my backyard. And well, here's the first thing that I think is a wonderful idea. I take a product called vitamin D3. Buy it at Costco. You can get them at anywhere pretty much. And the vitamin D3 is known for impacting the respiratory system. Now you can go online and read about it and all that kind of stuff, or you just go to the store and take vitamin D3. Simple as that, not expensive, real easy to get. So there's vitamin D3. Number two, when it comes to hand washing, especially if you have kids, get yourself a pump. So in other words, you go to Target or someplace and you buy yourself a Dial soap with a pump. It's like $1. Uh, and the reason is if you use Dial soap with the pump, your kids are more likely to use it because it's not yucky like the bar soap. And it's just real liquid, so you can get it in all the cracks and crevices, right? So in addition to the Dial, it doesn't have to be Dial brand, it could be any brand. That's pump. It's in. Get paper towels and put them wherever people wash their hands. Why? Simple. If you have bacteria or a virus on your hands, you want it to be gone permanently, forever and ever. You don't want to transfer it to a towel. So that's made of cloth, and so you just use a paper towel one time, throw it away. Real easy, gone. Okay, so what else can you do? Got something else for you they don't tell you about. Here's something I use. Let me take a look. Where is this? Now, I'm not saying you need to go out and buy one of these, but if you get sick with COVID-19, you're going to have some trouble breathing, specifically getting enough oxygen in your system. I have 3 of these, and the reason I have it is because I snore. And when you snore, sometimes the air doesn't get to your lungs properly, and then your heart goes into getting upset or whatever it does. And so what the doctor did was prescribe me one of these machines. Okay, and so I use this at night, and all night long I'm getting this air pumped into my system. It's not oxygen, but it's mostly oxygen because, let's face it, that's what the air is filled with. Now, here's what's really cool that most people don't know, is that you don't have to pay $800 for one of these, and you don't have to get a prescription. You can buy them from a friend. There's lots of people out there, actually millions in the United States, that have a CPAP machine that they don't use. I have 2 extra personally. I'm not selling them. You know, I need one for me, one for the wife, maybe one for the cat. Well, maybe not the cat. But anyway, the CPAP machine is a wonderful device that will put air into your lungs, because one of the dangers with COVID-19 is having enough air in your lungs all the time. So that's why they really, like to pump you up with oxygen. But the problem is the hospitals don't have enough of these of the oxygen feeders to take care of you. I guess they call them respirators or something. Anyway, then there is something else. I like to go to the gym. And so what I do is, here we go. Here's what I use. I use Kirkland, good old Kirkland. They have, there's plenty out there. Don't worry about this. This says, no, Anyway, you can probably get them. When I buy them, I get like a box of 400 for $20. Now they're going to be a little more, but they're really worth it because this way you don't have to wipe down every surface. When I go to the gym, I touch a lot of surfaces. And so the way to handle that, simple. Before I walk in the gym, I put on a pair of gloves, latex gloves, and when I leave the gym, throw them away. I don't want to have them in my car because then they have everybody else's germs on them. Also, only go in the gym when there's hardly anybody in there. Okay? So that's another thing. Now, here's something else. If you are someone who wants to take my course, I teach the Andrews course. You go to andrewscourse.com and you can see it. If you'd like to do that, or if you're presently a course member, just contact me and I'll tell you how to get it. There's a device that I used to use a lot when I lived in Northern California, and for whatever reason it doesn't work anymore, so I'm getting a new one. But the problem is in California you can't get them. So a buddy of mine is getting them in Arizona, and he's going to bring them to me. There's two devices. These will clear the virus out of the air. Fantastic little machines. They've been around for quite some time. Now, if I used it when I was in Northern California, that was quite a few years ago. So they've been around for a long time, and here's the catch on using these devices. It's not quite that simple. You, like a HEPA filter or something. HEPA filter, you just sit in your corner of your room and enjoy life. This doesn't work that way. What this does is it clears the air in any area, enclosed area, of viruses, bacteria, smoke particles, whatever. Okay? It clears it. It does an incredible job. The catch is that after you run this machine for like an hour and a half or so, you need to stay out of that room for about a half hour to an hour or two. Okay? There'll be instructions with the device. But these things absolutely work. I used to have an issue with smoke when I lived in Northern California, and because I smoked a lot. And so from my kitchen, you'd walk up the little stairs and go into this big room that was over the garage where I had my office. And I smoked like a chimney. And so I used to turn on one of these gizmos and boom, the smoke would not go down into, the smell of smoke would not go into my kitchen. But when I didn't have the device on, ooh, it would stink down there. I don't smoke anymore. So anyway, so if you want one of those devices, I'll throw it in with the course. If for some reason I cannot get one to you, whatever the cost is of this device, I'll credit you that on the course if you take the course, and you can make your own arrangements to pick one up from your friend that you may have in Arizona, or someone who lives out of the area where it's illegal. And there are some areas where it's illegal. Okay. Now there is another device that they don't tell you about, and this is one that you can actually wear. I kid you not. It's like kind of like wearing a pendant. Okay. And so you can wear this pendant, and what it will do was it will clear the air around you, maybe about 1.5 feet or so, of smoke and viruses and stuff like that. Now, if you're running, it's going to have a hard time working real hard. But if you're, if you're in a room and you're not moving around a whole lot, real fast, it's going to do a pretty good job. Okay. And it comes with a rechargeable battery in it that you just, plug in, USB port, and all that kind of stuff. The gadget's been around quite a few years. So, and it clears the air of viruses and all that nasty stuff. Now, there is one more thing regarding wearing masks. Look, there are basically two types of masks. One that protects other people from your germs and one that protects you from the stuff out there. Okay, so when those ugly gas masks, well, that protects you from the stuff out there. Those are impossible to find. I have a couple in my garage, but for anti-mold type things. So I've got one just in case in an emergency or two. But there is something you can use that's the lower level mask that even though you can't buy them. Remember the movies in the old days? You'd see the bandits with a kerchief over their nose and you couldn't see their mouth or something. Well, you can use that instead of buying masks, literally, because the purpose of that is that if you cough or have other bacteria that's coming out of your mouth that has a whole lot of fluid connected with it, like comes out in a cough, or micro spit, that's going to go in that kerchief. Okay, so if you don't have a kerchief, maybe you have a scarf, something like that. Literally, something that covers your nose and mouth so that the fluid-based stuff in your mouth and nose doesn't come out and hit other people. If everybody did that, the virus would have a real hard time spreading, except by stuff that you touch. And we've got that handled because we wash our hands a lot and we wear gloves when we're going to go to surfaces that we touch a lot. Okay, so everything's covered, and so glad to have given you stuff that helps you avoid the coronavirus. Thanks. Have a good day. Ron Janish at andrewscourse.com signing off. Bye. Oh, the devices are available that will ship to you are available only for let's see, March and April and May 2020. Okay, so there's a limited supply of those things, and so if you get the course, we'll get you one. If we can't, for whatever reason, which isn't very likely, but if we can't, then we'll give you credit for what the cost normally is. Okay? Thank you, and have a good day.